there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to show you how to make your very own paper party straws, and it's so easy. All you need is a piece of wax paper down on your work surface. You need a chopstick. You need some scrapbook paper that is cut to 1 1/2 inches wide, can be 11 or 12 inches long, and you're going to need some school glue, just non-toxic glue, and also we're going to use a little bit of paraffin wax that I have here on my coffee cup warmer in a mason jar. It's a little bit out of the way because I don't want to burn myself. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is take a strip of scrapbook paper that you've trimmed. This is great for those little bits of scrapbook paper that you trim off the edge of a sheet, or great for making your own matching party accessories. And start making a little thin bead of glue all the way down the edge of the strip, and you want to stop when you're about 1/4 of an inch from the end. And I'm keeping my glue in a teacup that's got a wet paper towel on the bottom, and I'm keeping it upside down like that so it will be ready to go. I've spent the day making a bunch of these straws. It's so addicting and so much fun, and so that way my glue didn't get clogged up on me. So then what you're going to do is you just kind of roll it, tucking the end under, and you're just going to roll it up, and I want to make sure the end of my chopstick's actually out a little bit so I can grasp that in a little bit to help me remove it later. And then you just want to evenly and neatly roll it up. And you get some really cool designs depending on the pattern paper you used. You could use polka dots, you could use stripes. I'll show you some examples with some different stripes and chevrons that I used. And once you get to the end, you will probably need an extra dot of glue there just to hold it down. Don't want to get too much, so I'm just kind of spreading around one little dot. And just hold it for a second while it dries. Isn't that cool? You can pull the chopstick out of there, just like that, and there you have the paper straw. Alright, but now you'll notice you have these little pointy ends here, so what you want to do is trim it on each end. Now if you're doing a bunch together, you might just want to do them all at once so you get the same, you know, so you can make them all the same length. So like these are probably a little, these aren't all the same length, I just kind of quickly trimmed them out. But there you can have them all about the same length, or you can have them mismatched. I guess that's where the term drawing the short straw comes from, because probably all straws were made like this back in the day. Alright, so over here, I'm just going to slide my cutting mat over and just carefully slide my coffee mug warmer over here, and you'll see that I have this wax. The coffee mug warmer isn't that hot, so my wax is starting to cool off on me, but this is how you then wax your paper straws so that they'll be waterproof. So what you want to do is get a tissue or a paper towel handy, and dip the straw in the wax. And then I like to actually wipe off the extra wax. You don't have to do that. Like if you're working on like right over the stove or right out of a crock pot, the wax will sink into the paper a little bit, but if you have it on a coffee cup warmer like me, you'll want to, or if you have just like the wax and some other sort of wax melter, you'll want to wipe off the excess just because it's not going to absorb in quite as well. But there you have it, a waxed straw. So you can see that it does change. Well, I'll do one of these so you can see the difference between the waxed and the unwaxed in color, because it does make the paper a little bit more transparent, and a little bit, the whites just aren't as white afterwards, but so you can see it side by side. It's a little bit darker, but still it's super cool. And here are some of the other ones that I did. I need to wax the rest of those later, but I want to show you some of the other ones I did. These are all waxed. I think they're so fun. I have them all. I just had them drying on my little bead rack there, but they only take a second to dry. Isn't that cool? I just think these are a ball, and I do hope you try them. You just need basic supplies from around your house, and you can make this really cool set of paper straws just out of your very own scraps. Use them for crafts, use them for parties. They actually work. Look, I have a glass right over here with some water in it. I'm not a big water drinker, but see, works. I just took a sip. It's been sitting in there for like half an hour, and it hasn't gotten soggy. And I did try some without the wax, and they did definitely get soggy like after 30 seconds, and it just didn't work very well. So you definitely need to wax them if you're going to use them for drinking. If you're just using them for scrap projects, it doesn't really matter. But there you have it, DIY paper straws. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you know anyone that would like this video, share it with them. Put it on your Pinterest and your Facebook and your Google Plus and your blog and wherever. Sharing is caring, friends. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Happy crafting.